Hey guys, welcome back to Inchworm Gardens. On today's Variety Spotlight, we're going to be looking at one of the most popular tomatoes in recent years, and for very good reason, the legendary Brad's Atomic Grape. Now I say most popular because as of February 2019, this was the most popular plant in the entire catalog from Baker Creek. If you're familiar with Baker Creek Seeds, they have a huge 500-page catalog, hundreds and hundreds of different seed varieties. This was their #1 best-selling, not only best-selling tomato, #1 best-selling plant ever. So a lot of people like it, and it's a beautiful tomato. Now, first thing you need to know is who this guy is. Brad Gates from Wild Boar Farms. He's a guy in Napa Valley, California, who breeds tomatoes, and he discovered this variety of tomato, along with many others of probably your favorite ones. The Berry's Crazy Cherry, the Black Beauty, the Berkeley Tie-Dye series. I'm growing several of his tomatoes. He's a wizard, and I'm going to link a video talking more about this variety, and this video also talks more about Brad Gates himself. You guys should check it out. If you're a fan of tomatoes, you got to know about Brad Gates. He is a mastermind. So check that out, but let's get started. Let's take a look closer at this plant and this beautiful, delicious tomato. So here's a look at the plant itself. I have it growing here, growing up this stake. One thing you should know if you're going to be starting these seeds indoors, that the young plants, the young seedlings, are actually pretty wimpy. They have very wispy foliage and they look like they're not doing very well. That's how it has been for me the past few years I've grown them, and I've read from other people's reviews that's how it is for them as well. So that's just part of this tomato's genetics. It just has like kind of a wimpy start. But don't give up, keep nurturing it, keep it alive, and it will produce and pay off kind of later in the season. Here's a little look at some nice ripe fruit. So it has that nice striping, as you can see. The pictures on the packet like show purple, green, like reds. They can come in a lot of different colors. From what I found, the more sunlight they get more of that dark anthocyanin darkness to them, that same blue that is found in blueberries and blackberries. It's pretty common with tomatoes. But these aren't really in direct sunlight, so as you can see, they're just pretty much just green and red with that red striping, kind of brownish, nice and soft. These are definitely ready to pick. So they're kind of that oblong grape tomato shape. Really pretty. Nice looking fruit. Hangs well. They're apparently crack resistant, so they're not going to split on you too easily. And like I said, once it gets going, the plant does really well. It's very productive. Here's a look at some unripe fruit. You can see more of that striping. It's just a cool plant. I think what helped the popularity was just the marketing. Like just the seed packet is so cool, and one of the earlier Baker Creek catalogs, the front cover was a picture of the Brad's Atomic Grape, and I think a lot of people just got really intrigued and wanted to grow it just like I did. But it really does taste very good as well, so it's not just about the looks. It is a very tasty and unique plant. And I've kind of observed some variation. Like this plant, these tomatoes look a little different this year than they did last year, and even compared to my first year. And also, I've noticed a couple mutations, which are pretty cool, pretty exciting, which I'm going to show you up close right now. So here's a look at a normal Brad's Atomic Grape tomato. And then, what the heck? Look at this Frankenstein. Look at this. This is like a full-on beefsteak tomato. But look at those colors. Gorgeous. Now, I said mutation. That's not quite what this is. If you see right here, this is actually a fused blossom. This is actually two flowers that were connected, pollinated funkily. I don't know exactly how that happens, but this is actually two flowers fused together, so it creates a whole separate tomato. Like right here, that's one tomato. But this looks like one tomato in itself, and that's enormous. Isn't that crazy? Any of you who have grown a Brad's Atomic Grape, and even anyone just observing this, you can tell how crazy it is when you're expecting just little cherry tomatoes and all of a sudden you get this thing. It's crazy, but man, look at those colors. Gorgeous. And it's soft, it's ripe. Usually when you have fused blossoms like this, they get a little funky, and you know, part of the tomato will ripen and then part of it will be unripe, and it's just kind of gross. But this, even though it has this little part here, it's all ripe and ready to go. It's beautiful. So I'm excited about that. All right, now for the real test. How does this bad boy taste? Let's go harvest one. I saw another Frankenstein growing back there as well, so let's check that out. Let's pick one up, cut it open, have ourselves a taste. All right, here's a nice ripe one, nice and soft. Got those red stripes. Really nice. But look at this, another one. And that's not even a fused blossom, that's a single tomato. It's just huge. So there's something not fully stable about this tomato yet, which I'm totally okay with. Like I said, it keeps things exciting. Might get a nice surprise. But hey, let's slice this open and give it a taste. I cut it both ways so you can see what it looks like each way. That first one I cut open, you see it's still pretty green, but believe it or not, that is actually still a ripe tomato. That's just what it looks like on the inside. Now, when it is more ripe, like this is one I picked 2 days ago. It's been ripening inside a little bit more. You see that does have a little bit more of that red tinge. So when it is more ripe, it does get more of that red in the inside. So maybe you can wait till it gets to this stage. You can see it's a little darker. I don't think this one was too early. I think this is still going to taste great, but if you leave them on the vine a little bit longer, they will get a little bit darker and a little bit more red on the inside. So let's taste both of them. We can do a little compare and contrast. All right, so here's the first one we just picked right now. I'm going to cut it again. A little salt. Here you go. Brad's Atomic Grape. Wow, juicy, real deep flavor. It tastes almost like a dark tomato, but as you can see, it's still very light. The skin on there was a little tough. Honestly, that might have been just a hair underripe. I probably should have waited a little bit more. I think this one is going to be a little bit more on the money. Still very good, really good taste, real rich, like I said. Very sweet, but let's try this one. I'll cut a little slice. Yeah, there we go. Looks real good. A little salt on that. I always put salt on tomatoes because I feel it brings out the flavor a little more. So the skin was a little softer on that one. Equal, I mean, pretty similar in flavors. You're gonna, no matter where you pick it, as long as it's mostly ripe, it's gonna taste great either way. Man, just really tasty. Sweet, I don't know what I already said, I don't know what adjectives I've already used, but it is a good tasting tomato. I'm going to take another bite here. I don't know what else to say about it. Do watch that video that I linked earlier because you'll learn a lot more about it. That video is from Baker Creek Seeds, so it's very cool. Great, great tomato. So once again, that was Brad's Atomic Grape. Really fun one to try. It's so popular. I mean, there's a reason for it, like I said. It's a good tomato, it's fun, it's quirky, it's still developing its own genetics, apparently, so you might get some monsters in your crop as well. But give it a try, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be doing some more variety reviews soon. So thanks again. Catch you on the next one.